I'm going to start a playthrough on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but the trick is I have to use a charisma build and avoid fighting at all possible times. Using a silver tongue and luxurious clothing to fool the peasants of my nobility, I hope to get by every situation possible. We start by riding into Trotsky with Hans and our company as messengers. Upon arriving, we run into a band of soldiers. They approach us, asking to stop and reveal our names and reasoning.
We're putting a stop to the hostilities.
And who are you?
Henry, from Skalitz.
From this conversation with the leader, we are introduced to three choices. We can either become a soldier, an advisor, or a scout. For this build we need advisor because we get the +10 to the speech and the charisma.
I'm Lord Capon's advisor and scribe, and now an envoy as well.
From Skalitz, you say?
We soon find out we are enemies, however we do have to proclaim that we come in peace, and we will now have to pass our first charisma speech check in the game.
We want to resolve conflicts, not to stir up more.
Very well.
Thomas, Captain at Trotsky.
Before they leave, we learn that his name is Thomas. We will need to remember that later. After that, we head and make camp by the river. Mutt is hungry, so we go and speak to Oates. Oates tells us that he'll give us a sausage, however, he will only do that if you can pass a speed check. I failed it, so we have to play dice against this bozo to get a ring for Oates.
I heard you want a ring.
Fortune favours the brave, lad.
After beating this bozo in a simple game of dice, we take the ring, we head back to our man Oates, he gives us the sausage, we feed our dog. Happy days.
You won't easily find another mug who'll exchange a ring for a sausage.
We now have to do hand-to-hand combat with Hans. It's pretty easy, just beat him, bet as much money as you want. He says he's going to pay you in Trotsky, but we'll see. We then head to the camp, we're going to have supper.
And then you tried it on with the innkeeper's daughter when you were shit-faced.
She was pretty. A real peach. Admit it.
Only a fella was there.
Here, the company are talking about all the wenches they've been with, and we get given an option. Here, we're going to go with anything that gives us charisma or speech or scholarship, and I'll show you the choices.
If I hadn't convinced... I needed a bit of peace and quiet.
And is he any good at sword
Next, we have to
fighting?
select
It
what
ain't
weapon we
nothing
want to be
easy
best with,
learn.
so this will give us additional skill points in that weapon. I normally go with sword, because then that way you can use a shield or a two-hand sword.
The sword is the weapon of a master.
Aye, I get it. It was just a training fight. Pardon me.
Oh, swords, swords, swords.
Hans decides it's a great idea to go and have a bath in the water, so none of the other guys want to join. However, I'm going to have to keep an eye on him, so I go and take a little quick dip in the pool with my man Hans.
What's the matter? Females.
The way he said females there, oh my god.
Sir Hans. Oh, shut up and let's go. But quietly. We don't want them to spot us.
Because Hans is a simp and he doesn't want people to spot him, we now have to go through this water crouched so no one hears us, to sneak up on these ladies. There's a woman doing her laundry. Hans insists that I throw a rock to distract her so he can get eyes on these girls singing. So I do, as he says, and we head up to the path, and here we see three girls doing their laundry, and Hans just loses it.
Henry, I told you. Fucking God, you're
This is like the first bloodshed we see. We turn around, we see all of our comrades getting cut to high heaven. Lord Capone says keep quiet, you know, but, you know, Henry's a good man. He sees a wench in danger, he shouts out, he's going to distract him and save him. Then Henry and Hans go to swim across while the others are distracted. Interesting to note that Henry's distraction did cause the leader to come up and kill one of his men and save the wench, so that's interesting. On swimming across, we got a bow in our back and we're hurt. Capone thinks it's great to pull it out. Clearly doctors didn't exist in those fucking times.
Can't leave it like this. No, wait. Ah, fuck.
We now head to Broback Mountain. Two naked men creeping past all of these guards. We have to follow Hans the whole way. We stop a few times to sneak past. Then once we get to the top, we have a little breather.
If they tried to swim across the pond, they'll be found half dead
Run,
somewhere on the
quick.
coast, not here. Why are we moving down?
No, no, no. Fuck, they're in front of us. Quick, into the rocks.
From here we get spotted again by some archers up top, and we have to keep running away.
Go and look into that gorge behind me and see if there's a way forward. Then come back to me, and if we can get out of the rocks. I'll stay here meanwhile and watch out for them.
Hans then sends us to a dead end. We do an immediate U-turn, see 2 more guards in front of us, and we have to run all the way down till we meet Hans. Upon meeting Hans, we try and slide down the mountain. However, I'm grabbed by a guard and have to turn around and fight.
Found each other.
Here we witness man's best friend prove why he's man's best friend.
You still have a long way to go till your work is done, Henry. So pull yourself together and wake up. It's not over yet.
For the love of God, wake up. Pull yourself together, Henry.
After falling from the mountain, we have a dream of our father on the mountain. He tells us that we should have chosen a different way in life. We then start having some hallucinations, going back to his past, Henry seeing what happened to Skalitz and everything. It's quite a sad sight, and Henry carries us all the way through.
There's nobody here. You're just imagining things.
Run. No.
Don't get into it. Hang in there.
Bugs.
Together, you'll see. You're a warrior. You can do this.
Hans drags us to this old lady's house who's been taking care of us, and then we see Hans have to fight off an intruder. Luckily, Hans is actually heroic this time and actually knocks him out. And we pass out, and then we have to sort this all out in the morning.
Now I've got you, whore sons.
After we awake, Vizenna tells us we need to bandage ourselves, get a full belly, and basically clean ourselves up, because we're a mess. Upon becoming a peasant and cleaning ourselves up, she now tasks us with getting rid of the dead body outside that Hans killed last night, so we're going to have to go and bury that. And Hans is feeling unwell, so we need to make him a potion to get him better, something to deal with his fever. We make sure to loot the body before we bury it. We go and grab his sword that he used to attack Hans, and then we go to go and make the concoction.
This will be the weapon used by the bastard who cut up Sir Hans.
Chamomile.
We use this time quickly to pick up some extra herbs so we can make some extra potions. That way we can get some extra XP for our alchemy. That'll come in handy later.
A couple of them.
Upon coming back to Bozenna's, we find 2 men questioning her about 2 men that have gone missing. This is where we here can pass another speech skill check and get some extra skill points for charisma.
I'm Pavel. What's the matter?
Nothing, fuck it. Just tell them we'll wait for them in the tavern and jelly off, alright?
I need something to eat.
So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then
After
I'm
this
the Queen
altercation,
Sheba.
Bozenna wants to know what's going on. If you're honest with her, you will gain a reputation, and after we'll be able to make the potion.
And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Bozenna then teaches us how to actually do alchemy, and we start by making the potion that we need to save Hans.
Thanks for your help, Henry.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
I then proceeded to use all those extra herbs that we gathered to make not 1, but 2, 3, but 4, but 5 lots of this potion, so we can sell this later for some extra cash. After a long hard day's work, we go to bed. We're going to have some more nightmares as per usual with Henry. He's got PTSD. And then in the morning, we'll wake up and we'll have breakfast with Hans before we set off to Trotsky.
Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
After leaving, we then travel all across the land to get to the castle. Upon getting to the castle, we have shit thrown on us, told that we're not the people who we are. We then ask for Captain Thomas, the guy that we met at the start. Apparently he's been attacked by bandits and is now ill as well. So we have nothing left to do other than get some food and drink and think of some other plans.
There's meat in that.
Unfortunately, we cannot pay for our food and drinks, so I'm going to have to go and do some peasant work. Of course, Capone doesn't want to do that, and if you agree to do that, it'll gain some reputation because he explains the law of nature. Nobles are higher, they shouldn't have to do this work, blah, 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 blah. So I have to go and lug sacks to pay for this food. We then see Catherine, who's the girl we saw at the river, the lake. So we need to now go and get her to try and convince everyone we are who we are.
She can vouch for up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Catherine plays hard to get, but all she tells us we need to go to Lord Samin's wedding. That's the way we can meet Lord von Berghoff. But until we can do that, we need to pay for our meal. So we carry some sacks into the pantry to get paid off for our meal.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Hans again is, you know, the righteous man and always gets himself into a lot of fights. So if you want to back him up and get reputation, you got to agree with him and back him up. If not, you can side against him. I back him up to the hilt, fight for my boy, beat everyone up. Then we get jailed and put in with the bailiff. Great day again.
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
The guards walk in, they see us fighting. Capone doesn't give up, decides to fight with them, and we get put in the stalls. We spend all night in the stalls, and this is basically where we've been stripped of everything. We're in our pants. We're back to square one again.
You can do as you like.
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah.
Hans finally leaves us and we're left to our own demise, and this is where it all starts.
It's about time. Come here.
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking
After
you.
talking to Bar, we find out a few places that are highlighted on our map, but we have another agenda, so we're going to get cracking.
But I didn't make any real coin till today, and that's thanks to you.
First, we run into a nearby barn and grab the Scalix axe. Henry from Scalix needs the Scalix axe. After that, we run a little bit north and we hit this little bird's nest. And inside some bird's nest, you can find some good stuff like lockpicks, but this, we want the spectacles. Helps with our charisma. From there we run a little bit east and then we're going to get ourselves a spade so we can go grave digging, boys. Let's go. First grave we're hitting is one of Lord Bergoff's men. As you can see, we've got the red shield, it's pretty handy, and some other bits that we can sell or use. I did forget I had to run all the way back to that bird's nest because under it there is a book that helps your speech. So we're going to sit here, admire the view, and do some studying. After we got enough speech, we're going to run all the way to Samine and we're going to go and get pebbles. You've got to try and blackmail him a little bit, you know, guilt trip him to give it back for free, but he will.
Look, you know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right? Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Now we're free on the road, and the last step from coming from a peasant to a working man is getting a job and a bed. Last on the list. On arriving in Takov, we go and see Radonovan. He is the blacksmith, and we ask him to get a job. He asks us to prove ourselves by making a hunting sword. We oblige, and upon realising we make great swords, he gives us a job, a free bed, and some free gear. And then we're all cracking to get cracking tomorrow.
That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it? Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times.
After hearing out this old man, I thought, why not? Let him talk. Start making the sword, finish making the sword to a very high quality. He'll say that's good enough, he'll give you a bed, and that's it. You've got your own place, and you're starting.
Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
Bed is just behind the blacksmith, and if you go in, home sweet home. You'll see a armor repair kit, some aprons, and some gloves. They're pretty handy because they help your craftsmanship levels go up when using them. So always make stuff with them on. Alright, I'm going to go to bed, save the game, and we'll be up in the morning to continue the tale.